Okay, so today was the brain lesson. And teaching the brain is one of my favorite lessons that I teach in this whole program because it really does solidify the learning and the science behind this. So when you're teaching it to kids, it's pretty simple. You're just going to do those. For the younger kids, maybe it's just the two parts of the brain and a quick explanation of the mammal brain or that cortex, but really focusing on the reptile brain, the amygdala, and the prefrontal cortex, and tying that to their behavior, right? So asking them, once you explain the reptile brain, how, it is that part of the brain that we want to save for life or death danger, right? And I always use the example of the bear. If you're going and you open the door and there's a bear there, your arm would automatically reach out and close the door because that's the reptile brain doing its thing. So when we process this lesson, you're explaining why the reptile brain has them make bad choices and when it's good, and making sure they get that. Asking them, well, when do you use your reptile brain and it isn't life or death danger? Also making it the connection between when you're distracted, like asking the teachers, when do you get distracted? When do you see the kids? When do you go into your reptile brain? And then the human brain, using that piece as that piece that's going to help you to manage emotion. It's going to help you to learn. It's going to help you to make good choices, even when you're stressed. The human brain is what we want to grow. And it is that part of the brain that is so underused, right? We want to get it stronger. We want to exercise it. And mindfulness is the easiest way to grow this part of the brain. So we want to really start to get them familiar with the language of reptile brain. When do they go into it? And it leads into then that next lesson in the body. So what do you start to feel in your body when you are in your reptile brain? So I love that connection. And then really, again, processing, making sure they get it. When are you in the reptile brain? When is it good? What is it like when you're using your human brain? How does it help you? And to really focus on those things so that they get it. We're also going to talk about next week the breath and how the breath is different when you're in your reptile brain and when you're in your human brain. So just a few tips. So I do these after I do my lessons so that everything's fresh. And let's just think, is there anything else that I wanted to talk about today on the brain? Having a visual, like I have this brain puzzle 3D, which is great, but you need to have some visual for these kids so that they see it. Also giving them the physical prompt of their human brain being behind their forehead, right? And how we want to get that working. And sometimes how we get stuck in our reptile brain. And there are the times when we go into temper tantrums, or we can't let go of a feeling for a long time. So if you feel sad about something and you hold on to it, then we know we're in our reptile brain. All right, there's lesson 3, the brain. Thanks guys for watching.